Welcome back, trainers, and in this video I am going to be showing you my shinies as well as the shadows that I did find during this rocket event here. It was pretty good. I'm gonna say it was a little bit difficult to find the new shadow Pokemon, but we're just gonna have to go with what we have here. Another issue that I did have during this event, if you've heard me already talk about this a dozen times, and that is going to be the fact that I had not enough charge TMs to remove frustration from a lot of the Pokemon that I wanted here. That's the way it goes. I remember I told you I transferred hundreds, and as soon as I started doing that, all of a sudden, I'm not able to get them anymore. Really sucks. So I'll think about what I want to transfer en masse in the future. But taking a look at what I did get here, we're going to be seeing some pretty good shadows. I got a lot of them, right? I was able to hatch 2 shiny Pokemon back to back out of the 12-kilometer eggs. I couldn't believe it. So the day before this, while I was doing the Lugia raids, the Shadow Lugia raids, I hatched a Pancham shiny out of the 12-kilometer eggs, right? The next day, I hatched a Volbeat and a Pancham back-to-back shiny. Unbelievable. So I'm happy about that. That's cool, right? Okay, now taking a look at this here, another issue is the good IVs. You have to find something with decent IVs. You can finally find the Pokemon you want, but then if their IVs are absolutely garbage, it's almost like, well, do I want to really invest in this or not? So I do have this right on here. We were able to find 1 Rhyhorn, okay? The ground types were really annoying. It keeps giving me Woopers, which you definitely want to have a Wooper Shadow when we do get this community day that we're going to be seeing in a couple of days. So do have a couple of those on hand. Excadrill, found a couple of those. Horrible IVs yet again, but you know, it is what it is. I guess we'll just keep hunting them until we get a good one. In the next rocket event, I'll just remove frustration and we'll have all the shadow Pokemon we want next time, as well as the TMs. All right, now taking a look at what we have here, some Woopers. So this is between today and 6 days ago. So a little bit beyond the rocket event, but we're just going to go ahead and go with that here. So I do have a few of these that I probably should just transfer. I don't need to remove frustration. I definitely want to keep this Sneasel here, this Hisuian one. I did remove frustration on it. And see, look at that. 14, 3, and then low defense too. It's just horrible. But whatever. It is what it is. I got it, right? We were able to find it. Shiny Shadow Lugia. So I was able to get that as well. Happy with that. Now, all in all for this event, it's not bad. Now, we're going to be taking a look at my top shadow Pokemon as well. So you can just see what I have going on here. Because if you're watching this, as soon as I get it up, depending upon where you live, you may have a couple hours left, just a little bit longer to remove frustration. And maybe you see something on my list that you like and you have it with frustration. You're like, okay, maybe I'll invest in that here, okay? All right, we do have the Sableye as well. I think it'd be pretty interesting to try out a Shadow Sableye, very expensive. I do have this very nice Aeron with PvP IVs, and I also do have a Shadow 14-14-14 that's, you know, Aggron is actually going to be a top rock type attacker as a Shadow. So, hey, not bad. Shiny Driftblim, okay, almost the same IVs as this Drillburt here. As you can see, high attack, low defense, and stamina is not what you want to invest in whatsoever. Usable, yes, we've used 0 IVs before, and that does work no matter what, but it can help you out if you do have higher IVs. Okay, let's be real here, especially for something that's super squishy like Excadrill here. Yeah, you're definitely going to want to have that going on as far as more HP, or at least a higher defense product. Now, taking a look at Litwick here, I was able to get several of these. I did maybe 1 raid. The rest of them were going to be through the Rocket Grunt, right? So we do have a decent IV one here, 5 TMs. You see that? So we're going to be down to 4 now. All right. All right. This is the lowest I've ever been with charged TMs. I think since they were released, has to be. There's the shiny Volbeat. I can't believe it. That's amazing. Let's go. I'm happy. That was my first one too, and it looks pretty good. I think I'll keep it like this. Maybe I can do a trade. Who knows what happens. There's the Pancham, not bad IV. So you're looking at 14, 13, 15. Okay, we'll take it. And as you can see, they're on the same day. They were literally back to back in the same batch. Unfreaking believable. So I'm happy with this event, and we're looking good here. Now I have 2 of these Panchams. I already have a level 40 Pangoro. I didn't power it up beyond that because I'm waiting to see if I can get 100. And then we do have the Shadow Sneasler. which is also going to be another awesome Pokemon to have on your roster. So if you are able to get one of those, you probably want to remove Frustration, depending upon how good the IVs are, right? Who knows? I would love to have a really good IV one of these so I can max it out. Although I did just max out another one. It's at level 49, and I need one more power up and about 2 more XL candies to get there. All right, now starting it off with the shadows. We got my top shadow Pokemon here. So we have Garchomp at the top, of course. We just finished this one up. So if you're thinking about investing in this, is it worth it? Well, I've been over it tons of times, but it's absolutely worth your investment. It's literally going to be one of the best dragon types attackers and ground type attackers. Granted, you do need to use an elite TM for earth power, although having earthquake it'll be pretty good still, but you definitely want to use an elite TM. I also have the Shadow Shiny Tyranitar here, which I did use an elite quick TM to get Smackdown, and I'm just going to keep it like that for now, right? Then we do have my old Lugia, so if you got yourself a good Shadow Lugia, maybe a shiny Shadow during the 2 days it was here, and you may want to invest in that. Now, I want to talk about this really quick. I wish they had the Lugia spawns for the raids in almost every gym. It would have been nice to have running over here, running over there, running over here, or maybe you're sitting in an area you can't go anywhere, but you got like 6 gyms. Maybe you're stationary somewhere, and all of them just keep spawning everything else but the damn Shadow Lugia. Like, come on. Couple of days, have these spawns for those increased. That would have been fantastic. So the people that were not seeing them could see a little bit more. Okay, anyways. Moving on here with these shadows, I got several Shadow Metagross, another amazing one to have here, okay? Because this thing is outputting a ton of damage. Are you serious? So I have 3 of those, and because of that, I'm able to do a lot of raids by myself, or, I mean, what is it, like a legendary raid? There's like only a couple that you can do that by yourself. All right, so we also have this Shadow Gardevoir. I'm getting a lot of questions on if they should invest in this as well. Shadow Gardevoir is absolutely amazing for raids as well as Master League. So yeah, you should go ahead if you have good IVs. Of course, Machamp is an absolute staple. And then we have this Shadow Mamoswine here, which I haven't pulled the trigger on completely powering it up. Got 300,000 there. It is definitely worth it. Top ice type attacker, good in Master League, but I'm going to hold off for now just because these things start getting expensive. I'm starting to stack up my Stardust, and it's looking pretty nice. Another Machamp, horrible IVs. What is this, a 12, 7, 8, or 6? Or what the hell? What in the world? I guess when I needed the shadow damage, I needed the shadow damage at that time, so I went with it. Whatever. That's what you got to do sometimes. All right, so we do have the Charizard. Many different moves on my Charizard. Shadows, Legacy, just several different movesets that they can have there. Articuno for the Ultra League. Now, these are going to be Ultra League. There's not going to be powered up. These are not for raiding unless we're looking at Gramble. Gramble powered up in the Ultra League is where it's going to be, period. You're not going to get beyond that. So that's still going to be an amazing fairy type attacker for raids if you want to invest in a Gramble. I do have a 98, and I think it's almost powered up. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. It's Shadow too. Very nice. Hitmonchan, another amazing one. Make sure you get one of those. Remove Frustration. Gengar. I hope you found one, okay? Because this is definitely something you want. Shadow Gengar, amazing, as well as Haunter, okay? And you can do those in the raids. Like, it's probably over in your area, but yeah. Oh, also, before this is over here, I just want to talk about this really quick. I'm going to try it out. I don't know. People have been showing me screenshots and telling me that the Zora is glitching, and you can get something that spawns on the map that's your buddy, like a Mute or a Zarude or a Zygarde, okay? I'm going to try it out. There's apparently a few tricks and things in between that you have to do, so I'm going to see if I can make that work, but I'm not holding my breath. I wanted to do Zarude. Now I put back on Zygarde. Then my source told me it's happening with Mew, or at least when it did happen, it was with a Mew. So it might, just be working with Mew. I don't know. But taking a look at Shiny Shadow Mewtwo, the floor IVs for this one was 666. Wow, I just said that on Halloween too. All right, looking good with this Shadow Mewtwo. All right, we got another amazing IV one here. I haven't maxed out my other Shadow Mewtwo. I just don't know. I don't know. I just don't want to do it quite yet. We'll see. Absolutely worth your investment though. Hopefully you do have one of these. You can't trade shiny shadows, so yeah, you have to find them yourself. That's it. You can purify it and trade it. And there you go. That's a special trade. Plus, it's a legendary too. So, all right. So we're looking pretty good, and I'm happy with what my results were for this event here. My only gripe is, yeah, the newer grunts were not appearing very often at all. I don't know. They were intentionally trying to make them rare, which I can appreciate, but at the same time, it really annoys me when I'm trying to get up content as fast as possible, right? But I see where they're coming from. Kind of make them a little elusive, right? I would have liked to see more Lugia raids when they were here, but otherwise, it was pretty good. I wish they would not put bundles of charged TMs in the shop for such a stupid price. If they had like 10 charged TMs for like, I don't know, $4, $5, 10 of them, that's still a rip. But technically, if you do a raid for $1, you can get one. So I would probably buy that. But they're putting like 2 charged TMs with 2 quick TMs for $10. Like, get the hell out of here with that, you crazy? But there you have it, folks. If you did enjoy this video, make sure you do give it a thumbs up. Thank you for watching, and I hope you all had a good shadow event, and take care.